Anyway, Joe and Justin, it's been great to hang out. But, you know, I've got the Parlor's pizza business that I need to go do my other job.
But we have a thing.
Huh?
No, we booked you all day, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
So I can't deliver the pizzas right now? Or?
I mean,
we have this. We got things. We're doing things.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Welcome back to the Mad Skills Motocross World Championships for 2018. No pizza delivery going on, all right, but we did have some fantastic ones for lunch. How are you guys doing?
Like 8,000 of them.
A lot of pizza. We've seen
pizza.
2 tracks so far, and Joe and Justin have been breaking everything down wonderfully. Are you satisfied with the performances, or do you expect to see even... No.
I'm not. No one hit the triple, so
you know what?
You're all dead to me.
Yeah.
No one hit the triple.
I totally agree with that. There was a lot of stuff that I was set, and this is the first track as well. Both of these tracks, there was lines that I think should have been hit, and they weren't.
Yes.
And that worries me. As far as like bringing my satisfaction to a level that it needs to be.
Well, when we brought Bragstad into the studio after that second track that he won, we spoke to him about that triple, and he said he didn't even consider it. He didn't even see it.
Cudla out there, I was talking, he said he hit it once, but it wasn't in his best run, so we can't see the replay of it. But he said he did hit it. He knew it was possible. But yeah, most of those guys had no idea.
Yeah. And how do you think these guys, knowing that, maybe they've discussed it with each other, or they've looked at the stream or whatever, or have heard what we told Bragstad, how do you think they'll react to that and then going forward maybe change their mindsets with regards to creativity and taking some more risks?
Yeah, I think some of them might have seen it and tried it once or twice and just thought, nah, that's too far.
No way,
it's not possible. So maybe now, if the same situation comes up where they're like, that doesn't seem possible, maybe now they'll think twice and be like, well, it was possible the one time I didn't think it was. Maybe it is this time as well.
In both tracks, it was something like that. Yeah. So I think that we'll look at that now with a finer microscope and say, you know what, that could be the jump that changes everything. So, yeah.
Let's recap everybody at home with exactly where our leaderboard is at right now. So, this is the leaderboard from track 2. We'll also take a look at the overall scoring afterwards. And it was Bragstad that came out on top, the veteran Master 52, that led out second place. And it was Zach, who has done fantastically so far, finishing in third and having a strong placement in track 1 as well. Anything you'd like to point out, guys?
I'll point out that I'm not surprised that the top 3 guys are the top 3 guys off that last track.
Yeah, and it is Zach that sits at the top, and Bragstad following him, Zele and Master 2 shortly after. To clarify again with regard to our winners bracket, losers bracket, and eliminated markers, what that means is when all our maps for today are said and done, the top 4 will go into our winners bracket, the second 4 will go into the losers, and the final third will be eliminated from the competition. We've already got track 3 started. I'm liking the layout. I would just like to quickly remind everybody at home that you can go and download. I'm sure most of you already have, and you're ardent viewers and players of the game, but if you're not and you're new here, you can go and download the game for free and play it to your heart's content. And also here on the line at the World Championship, we have $30,000, and first place will take the lion's share of $10,000. And so there's a lot on the line for many of these guys competing. They don't get the chance to do this regularly, be around their friends and enemies, and the pressure is on, and they're certainly feeling it so far, but I think are rising to the challenge.
So currently NR 502, we're watching him. He's currently actually in 4th place. I'm looking at the leaderboard right here with a 48.4.
Nice.
Master 52's in 1st with a 38. So
that's a 10-second difference.
10 seconds slower, so we'll see if he can improve this time.
Wow.
Yeah, and so guys, what is this map called, and what are the ins and outs? What should we be looking for?
This one's called Complex. It's a 2-lapper. It's not incredibly difficult. But we'll talk you through it here as we see more of it.
Yeah, this is the one I spent most of my time on the plane playing. So trying to nail down the perfect line, because there's a couple different options.
The
here.
lap 2 transition here is pretty tough. You can see you want to land on the other side of that jump.
Yeah, bomb into that.
So he's shaving off a couple seconds if he can keep this up. It looks like his ghost was catching him, so he restarted. But this right here, this first one is a little downhill into the first jump, which makes it maybe a little trickier to hold that wheelie and scrub the first jump. But you want to scrub it so you can hit that little lip, which will pop you up on the next table.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is Master 52.
Yep.
He's currently in 3rd. He dropped to 3rd place. Zach is now in 1st.
Okay, Zach is just
Zach is a
And what's the difference between them?
37.4, and James is a 38.1. So
Okay.
it's,
Still pretty close, about half a
pretty
second.
close.
Half a second,
Yeah.
0.6 of a second.
Which is a lifetime in this game.
So right there, you're
you
gonna
gotta
have
clear
to
that.
seat bounce that in order to
land.
clear that landing.
Yep. And then
Is he
this
gonna
is
hit
that
the lap
long
2
He
bump.
transition?
clears it,
Yep,
he
good
clears
lap
it.
2 transition. Up to the table.
I think this track has James written all over it. I seriously think he's going to end up setting a good time on here.
So at this point, is he thinking he can overtake his Ghost? He can improve?
No,
or-
'cause he missed that seat bounce.
Yeah.
That's tricky. So there's like a little, a pretty short landing into a jump, and you have to land back wheel and use I call it a seat bounce. You got to load up your suspension and bounce to make it so you can clear that landing. So that's going to be the key in this track that we'll see, guys, and this first scrub.
Well, whilst we are taking a close look at Master 52's gameplay, we can also accompany that with a little interview
perfect
with him from earlier today.
My name is James Lambert, also known as Master 52. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri in the United States. They call me the legend in this game. I was really the best starting out on the first game. Went undefeated for a while. Been playing it, been doing good ever since, so that's why they call me the legend. Career earnings, I'm at about $65,000. I average somewhere around $3,000 a month, plus or minus, so it's pretty good. I'm really happy about it. My focus is to find the right line and perfect it, and hopefully just get top 3 each round. That'll get me to the final table. Well, last year it was a bit rough. I only won 2 out of the 12 rounds, but it ended up all right. I got second, so just hoping to start out a little faster this year and hopefully come out on top.
A very focused and collected individual, also with a dash of humour and class as well. Classic American man. Awesome dude. Had a chance to catch up with him yesterday and kind of introduced me to the pro lifestyle of the game. And he said that originally there was a period where he quit, and then when he was told by a friend that there was a chance to make some money, he got back involved. And so his career earnings have been spread over not even too long of a period, and it's showing just how much this game has to offer on a professional level. Joe.
See that? He's messed. That's the key right here, is that seat bounce landing into like a reverse dragon's back, what they call it. It's kind of like a downhill whoop section.
Yeah.
So to land on that downhill whoop section, you
He's
got to
just
hit
looping out
this.
there.
You got to hit the little seat bounce.
Yeah.
And he's just going to keep restarting until he nails it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see him restart a bunch right here. Because he is trying to get that. He knows what he's got to do.
And he has actually dropped down to 6th place.
Interesting.
So he's currently actually the disaster 52 because he's not looking good.
And so to everybody at home, do you remember that each track will last for a 45-minute period? So with regards to placements right now on this third track, we're still in the early stages of these guys feeling things out. And we can also show you guys current top 2
That was a good
ghosts
run.
going at it against each other.
So we got Zach and Biz up here. Yeah, even their movements are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Zach is
It's
the
weird.
dark blue bike with the 743.
Yep. Yeah, and Biz is up front. I bet you could be a little more aggressive on that scrub right there.
Oof.
Series. Oh, boy. Yeah, he landed right in the perfect little slot there.
Yeah.
So Zach just gaining
Look at
that
the
speed.
scrub. Look at the.
I know, it's just sick.
So right here is the.
This is where it gets
Right
tricky.
here's the seat bounce
There.
we're talking about. Right there.
You've gotta clear
in
that.
order to land on that
Yeah.
landing.
That's the part that kept getting me when I was running this track.
Lean forward slightly there in order to miss.
He's
so
got a
you don't
nice
case.
run, man.
Yeah, Beatus lost quite a bit of time there in that final sort of like third, right, of that track.
Yeah. So they're about 0.35 seconds difference.
Yeah.
Right around. Yeah,
It's-
0.4, yeah.
Leo is
Leo's
in third.
Nice.
Bragstad still in contention. And everything's quite close in that top 6. And then
Yeah.
we see kind of almost a second drop between 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
Kudla.
10 minutes into this round.
NR502 struggling, and so is
Big
so
difference
Scrub a lot.
between 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
That's insane.
For almost 4.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of restart, right? And
Yeah.
just wanting to get one run down. So we're looking at last place right now, so Scrubs a lot. and how he's trying to tackle the track. Maybe you guys can identify any of the mistakes or things he's trying to.
Yeah, he's good here. It looks like he's trying
on.
to take a different rhythm out, unless he was just.
I think
this is our first look in.
I think the big mistake was Sir Clubs a lot. Went out too late last night.
Yeah, Sir Clubs a lot. Yeah.
I was like, what? Is Joe got the name wrong there? No, he was punning. He was memeing on him. Poor Josh.
Yeah.
Hope he can't hear us.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's part of being a professional, though, having to identify mistakes, take criticism, and know that sometimes you aren't always perfect.
Yeah.
And that's something that these guys, I think, already know. You know, they're very hard on themselves and expect the most out of every time they tackle a track.
Yeah, so the first few times what he's doing here, he's either landing too late or too early into that. So he's not really getting that.
There's a little pocket you got to land in.
Yeah, it's a perfect little spot that'll give you that seat bounce right up to the top.
See? Too far.
Too far, yep. Because it'll kind of
Too
load.
far.
Yep. It'll load your suspension in to where you get that perfect bounce up to where you need to be.
So this is the slow line. I'm surprised he's still running it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's tough.
You got to just nail that scrub in order to hit it perfectly right here.
Was that good there? That
No,
No, he's on a
it's
different
it's
line.
the wrong line.
Which it'll put you where you need to be, but you're not going to have the speed that you do coming off that other
Yeah.
line.
So who made this track, guys?
This one is made by Garrett. So
Okay.
it's a new track from someone we haven't seen yet. After this track, we'll get into the ones I created.
Okay.
We'll see how much these guys hate me. But
It's going to be
this
Joe
one,
time.
this one is by Garrett Lesterwire, known in the game.
Oh, he's lost it there
Yeah.
as well, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's going to have to restart.
Master 52 has improved. He's now in 3rd place.
Oh, nice.
Up from 6th place.
He's bumping up the lines there.
Oh, but he still made
they're
it back
all
ahead
pretty
of his
close,
guys.
Yeah,
too.
they're close. First, top 3. So Beatus,
This is-
who's in 2nd, was he last on the last track? I can actually.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, you
he,
can
but
actually
then he
do
was second on the first, so he's up and down right now.
Straightforward.
2nd on the first. You're correct.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was dead
yeah.
last the last
So
one. and
Beatus was in last
He's
the
in
last
2nd
one.
on this one,
Nice,
so he's
tearing it
really
up.
all over the place.
Yeah, he's going for long
Oh,
stretches.
Man, the leaderboard keeps changing. Now top 3's Bragstad, Zach, and Beatus.
Oh, wow.
Master 52's dropped to 4th.
Boy, these guys really are shuffling around. And even between 1st and 4th place right now, you're looking at a difference of 0.2 seconds. Less than 0.2.
Yeah, let's see. The top. Oh wow, all of them.
Dude, they're
The
all
top
really
9
close.
are all in the 37-second range.
Yeah. Yeah, so all these guys within
Oh,
spitting distance of getting this line.
ah,
Terrible transition in lap
Yeah.
2. You need to restart there, buddy.
Yeah. And buddy, you have to restart, buddy.
I think his original time is just so bad that he's like, I just need to lay something else down.
yeah. Keep the momentum and like the confidence right that you can
Yeah.
improve. You're not down now.
And sometimes, too, it only takes one run, one good run. You could sit there and grind for 40
Well,
minutes.
yeah, that's what Bragstad said. He
Yeah.
said, I got my best time in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then never touch it again.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
About
All right, so Braggs is up top. DSE, this, Master.
that is a 0.2 difference between those
Yeah,
top 4 places you guys mentioned.
yeah, it's really close.
Look how everyone's in the 37-second range. Run that first track, we saw a huge spread of times. These guys are all
Yeah.
incredibly close. Shorter track, maybe not as technical, just a couple spots.
Mm-hmm.
Less line choices.
Man, there we got Leo just smashing right here. Got to
Ooh,
clear that.
cased.
Got to clear that. He's got.
See how he's hitting that
Ooh,
scrub?
yeah,
That's it, right there
perfect.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. He gets real aggressive with his forward leaning like I do,
Yeah.
but he's way faster. than me.
Here's the key. Can you bounce that?
Nope. You got to hit that with back tire.
He looked up. He's like,
Yeah.
"Ah, I need some candy.
He knows
That's
it.
what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe an Oreo or 3.
An Oreo 3.
Yeah, we're still waiting on our Oreo
Yeah,
delivery.
we're on the Oreo. Yeah.
No. Not enough.
Yeah, it's a super tight little sweet spot right there.
Nice. Ooh,
So you got to get right into it.
almost exactly the same as his Ghost there.
This is the tricky part right
Yep.
here.
Oh. It's tough. That part is absolutely tough. That's the one spot on this track that I wish I could just go in and with the editor and delete, just so I wouldn't have to deal with it, you know? Because that's the tough spot on this track.
That's nice.
Most tracks have one, and that's where this one is. Because you have to be perfectly calculated on the landing into that to get that seat bounce over into that table.
Coming into it again here.
Oop, that's not bad.
Ooh.
You can take that. A little low.
It's good.
but
He's
scrub this
good.
out.
Nice
He's good,
scrubs
yeah.
there.
Maybe going
Keep
to
going.
overtake the Ghost here.
Oh, buddy.
See how he's trying to land back tire there? Keep
Yeah.
the momentum up.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it.
If
Dude,
he can,
has
if
got
he
a
can hit
burner
this
right
after
here.
the table drop down. Let's see, we got table.
Here it is.
Step down.
Nope.
Can he bounce? He's got
Nope.
it. Yep.
Oh, I
got it.
Yep.
Oh,
no.
he messed
Are
it
you
up.
serious right now?
Went
Get
for
out
the
of here.
scrub and just looped out.
Yeah. That is what we call frustration.
Yeah.
'Cause that sucks when that happens.
We have literally had people send us pictures on like
Broken
Twitter and
phones.
stuff of broken phones because
Yeah.
they threw it against the wall. They got so mad. So please, guys, if you download this game, get insurance on your
Yeah,
device.
make
Yeah.
sure your phone is
Make sure
insured.
you get
I was
that
about
Apple
to say
Care
that.
Plus because you're going to want it.
And we have a new leader, everybody. It's Bragstad, and we can see on screen now.
Wow,
I
he's
think
about
it's
to
him
pop
and
into
Zach.
36s.
Yes, the horny rhinoceroses squaring off against each other.
Oh, this right here is just insane. Look at that, perfect.
See Zach Case a
Yep.
little.
Oh, he's really far back
That
there.
is insane, dude.
Right here, let's check out the scrub. See how
Yeah.
they're leaning forward.
Yeah, see Patrick hit, if he didn't, oh, he's tearing it up, man. Oh, wow.
Landing back tire, keeping momentum.
Yep.
So Zach made up a little time there on a scrub. Let's see if he can. Right here,
This
scrub
is what-
down, made up time.
Oh,
Cased a little bit
cased,
again.
so that's what
he did
cost
it
him.
both laps.
James, he would have been ahead of
oh,
Bragstad.
look how
Bragstad.
tight this is.
Yeah.
So close.
He would have been ahead of Bragstad if he wouldn't have cased a little bit right there.
Yeah.
And so,
he
what is a
did-
case, guys? Explain that to me.
So when you come up short and your back tire doesn't quite fully clear the landing and it
Yeah.
clips the end of the landing, you lose your momentum. We call that a
Yeah.
case.
And so the times are now closer
God,
than
it
ever.
is
We've
getting
got
close.
like what 13 100ths of a second between
Yeah.
first and fifth.
Yeah. And you're looking at almost scraping into the 36s now. So I think it's really going to get close.
Yeah,
To,
a 36 is
A
possible.
36 is going to be possible by far. Yeah, for sure.
As we head down further into the table, we can see that it's close across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sir Scrubs-A-Lot is really struggling here. He's 4 seconds out of catching anyone.
Yeah, but then everyone else is in contention, right?
Yeah.
So he really does need to step it up. Jumping on with Bragstad,
It's the current leader.
current leader.
He knows what needs to be done, making it happen.
Now he's just trying to perfect it, get a little better scrub, maybe
Yeah.
clear some
A little
jumps
higher
better.
there. Yep, perfect. There you
Nice
go.
scrub there, but it was
Tapped
too much.
out.
See, so when you scrub too much, it costs him. He
puts
wasn't
you
able to
too
hit the
low.
right line. And when we're making treks, we think about that stuff. We think,
Yeah.
do I want the players to be able to scrub this jump or not? So sometimes we make the length of the distance between two jumps perfect for like a really hard scrub, or sometimes
Yeah.
you make it so that you
Ooh,
can
this is a
scrub
good
it.
run.
Nice rollover. Get a little scrub there.
Well, he
yeah,
missed the
see.
scrub there, so that
Yeah,
cost
so it's
him.
going to put him out a little further.
He could make it up somewhere else.
Yeah. There you go.
Great scrub right there.
A little low. Oh, he
He's
carried
good.
it through.
He's
Carried
got
it
the
through.
table
There you go.
cased a little.
Yep.
Can he get it?
Yeah, he
Perfect.
did.
No case.
Wow. But where do you make it up here?
He's
This
got to
is the
scrub
end.
hard, not
Yeah.
enough time.
Wow.
Yeah, couldn't make it up.
He's got a pretty good time. I mean, I don't think there's going to be much of an improvement overall off the top of what he's got going right now. And he's currently sitting in first with 37.027. That's nuts, man.
Zach's not far behind him.
No, and he probably won't be.
Two,
Yeah,
So
he's-
two one hundredths of a second.
What control scheme is he using here on the left? Oh no, it's the normal one.
It's
no.
a
Yeah.
normal. It just
Yeah.
it looks
It's
like he has two
highlighted,
brakes.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
constantly
The
accelerating.
bottom one's
That's
highlighted.
how good he is. He breaks the
Yeah.
whole time and still wins.
Yeah.
It's insane.
We should highlight with like purple or something else.
Yeah.
But if you guys are new to the game and you want to figure out how to go fast, a lot of people will email in and be like, look, I got the same bike as this guy. Why is he so much faster than me? It's the little things they're doing, the scrubs, staying on the back wheel,
Yeah.
springing off the back tire to get different lines and all that stuff. These are the little things you gotta work on and practice. The more you play, the better you'll get at it.
Yeah, I mean, you'll even notice he's almost doing like a seat bounce scrub in that tiny little section. He's getting a nice bounce into it,
Yep,
nice
right
out,
here.
and then he scrubs it
Yep.
over. But what is happening is he's getting too aggressive with it, so it's rolling him into the front side of that landing where he doesn't want to be. But he's doing it good here.
So where right now would you say Bragstead can make up the most time? Where can he improve his run? Is it that transition?
Hard to say. Like right there, he over scrubbed back a little far on that, so he did lose a little bit of speed. He cased that right there, so he's lost some speed. He might as well just restart. I mean, I would if it was me. That's all I do is restart though.
It's mainly just every little jump he could scrub a little
Everything.
harder, and that's
Yeah.
it. If he can nail the scrub a little harder on all these jumps and get that clean,
Yep.
then he'll be good to go.
Well, guys, for the first time at the 2018 World Championship, we can see all 12
My God.
races going against each other. And now this is quite the spectacle. Very exciting stuff. We can already see Scrubs a lot disappearing to the back of the pack.
Look at how close
Dude,
they all
this is
are.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can really compare, and you can see just how little difference there is between these top 11 riders.
This is nuts. We need more of this stuff. This is awesome. Sorry, so Zach's ahead right here. Look at this, man.
But then it's
It's right off the tip of that.
But look at like place 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're basically like they look like one bike.
yeah.
They're all in the same spot. Look at this clear.
So all these guys are trying to get that little
Just
seat
a
bounce right
little
there.
bit of a case there, which probably doesn't amount to much in the overall sense, but he cased
Little
that
case
as well
there,
because
too.
he cased the other one losing that speed. Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
So
Wilson
Zach, so
in
that is a
third.
new leader then. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Zach is the new
ahead.
leader
Yeah.
with a
36.8,
36.8.
guys.
That's insane.
Wow,
Yeah, so he came a quarter second off of what Bragstead had.
that's fast.
That's really fast.
Disaster 52 dropping down to 6th or 5th.
50. Oh,
We'll have to see if
that's a sick scrub
Bidas
right
can
there.
have the Midas touch and
the Bidas touch.
yeah, and turn this performance into gold. He's been up and down so far. He was high. He was second in the first track, last in the second. Now in the third, he's back into second. Was it? He was just in. Definitely a fan of Pector's color scheme.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's got a beautiful setup.
Yeah.
Looks like Sir Scrubs a lot still hasn't improved his time. He's still sitting at a
Really?
41.
How much can that get into a rider's head when they can't seem to connect the dots?
I think it can get in there big time because you're getting into a situation where you're halfway through this round and you still haven't really nailed the line down. So with a lot of guys, you'll notice the top guys, they figured out the line pretty quick. They've been doing nothing but just fine-tuning and bettering their times the entire time, whereas I'll sit on the backside of it. You've spent most of the time trying to find the line in and of itself. So it's really going to affect the overall finish that you're going to have when you don't have as much time to dial those all in. And just that beginning part right there is pretty tough.
It is. This little beginning part.
It's
These
crazy.
guys make it look easy, but
Yeah.
so for anyone watching, later we're going to release all these tracks so that everyone can play them. You guys can try them out in, you know, the we call it the ace time that you'll play against will actually be, I think this is
top
what we did
time,
last
yeah.
year. It'll be the world record that these guys set. So you can see how hard it is to play against them. In just this little section here, they make it look easy, but it's incredibly hard to hit that scrub in that little pocket and then bounce up onto the table. I mean, it's
Yeah,
insane.
it's crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have yet to
Little brake
ace.
check.
I have not aced a single track from last year yet.
Yeah, no,
It's
they're-
nuts.
it's not happening.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Like an ace
So
of
you mean
rockets.
you haven't been able to beat any of the guys from last year, the
No.
top plate? No, of course.
No, I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
Everybody got too good. As soon as Zach was born, my life in Mad Skills was over.
No, now you're an overseer.
yeah, yeah.
You're a watcher. You're an elder.
Yeah, I am an
An
elder.
oracle.
A Mad Skills elder. I like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting too with that, to get that step up over into that landing. And you can't just expect a good bounce into it. You have to get that perfect roll in the back tire to get that seat bounce over it.
Yeah, it's tricky. I don't think I ever hit it when I was testing this track.
Yeah, it's nuts.
The first seat bounce here, you mean?
No, the
other one that goes into
okay.
that downhill whoops.
Yeah.
I'll show you here in a second.
Master 52 has upped his time. He's in second place now.
Oh, wow.
37.010.
So he's getting real
just
close
off
to Zach.
36.
Yeah, so look
Yeah.
at that. So Braggs drops down to number 3.
So same, look at the
So
top three.
Nate's sitting there at number
it's-
4 now in our 502, so he's bumping up.
Yeah, Nate's killing it.
Getting interesting.
I think the top 5 that you see here are the top 5 we're going to be seeing all weekend long.
Yeah, I think so too.
Back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll definitely bang out the same stuff back and forth for sure. I love those purple tires. I might change mine to the...
Well, yeah, you mentioned earlier that some riders use it as a visual cue
Yeah.
to position
Yeah,
themselves.
you'll notice there's several guys you're watching here today with different colored tires.
I can't race my own Ghost with the same gear on. So if
Yeah,
I'm racing myself
exactly.
and I set a good time, I go back to the shop, change the color up a bit, and then go race myself again so that the
You don't
colors
get confused.
contrast.
Ah,
Yeah,
that was good. And
I
then
get so confused.
Yeah.
So I'm not a
I
pro.
thought BMX is real bad about that because you're going so fast.
Yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time racing my own Ghost time. 'Cause like I said, you know exactly your nuance of how you race, so it really is kind of an advantage.
Have you guys, when designing, ever experimented with the thought of setting up different competition rules for like different tracks? Say, oh, they're going to have to use this bike and it might not be as fast, and then the track might be a more technical one to do with, I don't know, brake checking and difficult whoops and things like that? Or are you guys set with always having it with this setup where everyone's using bike 11, right?
Yeah, so it's interesting you bring that up. So that's one of the things we're going to be bringing to Madskill's Motocross 3, where we can have, right now we have a jam event, which is, it's basically the same thing.
Proud of myself for
I know,
that question.
you nailed it, man.
So jam currently is the same thing every week. It's like a 7-day jam event.
Yeah.
You always have to use the fastest bike. You don't have to, but it's best to use the fastest
You
bike.
hamstring yourself
whatever.
if you don't.
But in Madskill's Motocross 3, we're going to do it where we can have multiple different events going on at the same time. They can have different rules. It could limit you to a different bike class. Maybe, different types of tracks. Maybe it requires you to do flips or who knows, whatever we decide. So we are going to bring that kind of, mode to Madskill's Motocross 3.
Yeah, because
which
I
will be
know
exciting.
that in real life, like, motocross is just like this, where it's about speed and pushing forward. But then there's that whole other side of, like,
Oh, that was
motorbike
nice.
sports, where it's to do with, like, more technical sort of riding. And I think that could be a fantastic side if you guys are developing that in number 3.
Well, that's one thing. Like, so there's monthly track packs that come out that have 12 tracks. And
Yeah.
we can get a little more, would you say, a little more crazy, I guess we do in those.
Yeah.
That aren't stuff like in the jams that would be used in something like this. So we try stuff that's a little different, and combinations between different obstacles it can get pretty intense.
The other unique thing about Madskill's Motocross 3 that's going to make a huge game changer. So right here, you see these tracks have different backgrounds. This is our stadium background.
Yeah.
But all the physics on all these backgrounds are the exact same. In Madskill's Motocross 3, we're going to have different terrain types. So like this we would say it's like a hard packed dirt. Where in Madskill's Motocross 3 we'll have the option to do mud, maybe sand, maybe ice or something, whatever, or snow.
Yeah.
We're going to have
Yeah.
different types of environments and and they'll act different. So that's going to add a whole new perspective because maybe we put a pit that has a bunch of sand or mud in it and then you want to try to avoid that pit or something like that.
So this is our top 4?
This is the battle for second.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is the
yeah,
battle for second.
Since Zach is just taking off.
Yeah, right? How far does he know? He's still sitting 36.845.
Yeah. Look at all these scrubs. Boom. just
God,
all of them
so
killing
sick. And perfectly into it as well, which keeps your momentum going into the second lap. I love this. Look how close. Right there, perfect. Another thing I want to point out, too,
All of
that
them
right
hitting
there.
That.
So
Ooh.
I was watching in our
at
502
this.
when we were watching
Wow,
him
and
a minute
first
ago.
place has dropped almost all the way back
Yeah.
into last there, yeah.
There you go. So I was watching in our 502 one, he was running just a minute ago. He wasn't really using that seat bounce on that back tire to get over that second up and over. He was kind of doing just a nice.
Yeah, sometimes
flat bottom.
if you lean forward and put both wheels down and lean forward and compress it that way, sometimes it's enough
he was
to
able
pop
to get
you up.
over it. So I wonder if that's going to be a thing because that is easier to hit if you can get it down. So he's currently in 4th. Then we got Zele in 5th. These guys are all real close. I mean, look at that. You're talking about 11 thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
That's insane. So.
Yeah, I think,
Super
there's
close.
still a lot of time, but I think the leaderboard's kind
We
of...
got Lorenzo here.
Let's see if, did Scrub get, yeah,
We've got a right hand set up now.
Oh, you're right. He plays reversed on auto throttle.
What?
And auto throttle.
I thought they were joking when they said that.
So Sir Scrubsall did improve, but he's still in last place, but he improved by 3 seconds.
Well, if you think that's impressive, Justin, I actually play upside down.
Did you see? That's
I played with my phone upside down and switching left to
insane,
right.
though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known anybody to play with like that. That's
Yeah.
unreal. He's like the Jimi Hendrix of mad skills.
One day I'd like to see these guys play a track that you had to race from right to left.
That would be crazy.
That would be really hard.
Everyone's muscle memory would get so freaked out.
Yeah.
That makes me anxious just thinking about
Brains
it.
would
Yeah,
explode.
my hands are sweating. I don't want to do that. I'm out on that. Can't. That would be crazy, though. That'd be hard.
Could you realistically make that, Joe? Just fiddle with some code and then...
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a developer, but I know the
Yeah.
developers that I work with are all amazing, and they
Insanely
could make it work.
Well, we have some of the developers here, right?
We
Yeah.
do, so
With
maybe
us.
we can get them
Get a
over
couple
here
of them
and
in here, have some cool
talk to them
questions.
later.
Yeah, I would love to get...
We should do that.
Being a guy such as myself that a lot of the time I'm doing interviews,
Nice scrub
I'd
there.
be happy to grill one of your developers and see
Who's the
see,
most
see if
outgoing
they stand
developer,
up
maybe?
the questions.
Ben?
Yeah, probably Ben.
Probably Ben.
We need Ben in here.
Yeah.
Some of the other guys are a little shy.
Ooh, he almost still cased it hard. He knows it. So he's rocking the Santa helmet too.
Yeah.
So the Santa helmet's kind of a funny story.
Yeah.
It was kind of like an Easter egg type thing where if you played on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, your
Couple-
rider
a
would
couple years
automatically,
ago.
yeah, like
Yeah.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
your rider would automatically get the Santa helmet, and it was supposed to go away the day after Christmas. What happened was there was a bug, and it stuck around on
And
a
it
lot of people.
never went away.
And then half the people had it, and the other half didn't. People were emailing like, "How come he's got a Santa helmet? I want it." And it's like in the middle of July.
That's
And
nice.
people are still rocking it.
So
That was like
eventually,
2 Christmases ago.
eventually we just put it back in the game. So now you can choose if you want it on or not. So some of these guys just rock it.
Yeah. We should do a reindeer helmet next time.
I'm surprised none of these guys are rocking any of the new
New gear?
fantasy gear sets.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what have we got in terms of fancy gear then?
There's all kinds of stuff.
Oh, it's
There's
nuts.
Can I be a dwarf?
Perfect. That'd be awesome. And my axe.
And my axe.
let's
You
see.
throw your axe at the other bikers.
Yeah, it'd be like what was that game, Road Rash, back in the day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an epic game.
Cool
Sega
enough,
Mega
yeah.
Drive, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's what I played on, I think.
Yep.
So we got Bones, who's like a skeleton guy,
Oh, I
Yeah,
can
Bones
see.
is
and
awesome.
then there's the stranger pack, with a zombie, like a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are cool.
All kinds of weird stuff, like a knight in
The knight is
armor,
pretty awesome. I love it.
clown suit, and then the Turborilla pack, which is just kind of like
Yeah.
motocross looking gear, but
Yeah.
with our Turborilla
It's cool
brand on
stuff.
it. Most of those guys are rocking Turborilla
Turbo
stuff.
Gorilla.
Or the
Shout
rocket.
out the Big H up in the sky looking down on us.
Big H.
A lot of these guys are rocking the fly gear, which is actually
Oh,
The
no.
H-bomb. One day he'll land again.
Who's talking about this guy again?
Oh man. Yeah.
There's never a wrong moment to talk about Harambe, Joe.
Yeah. You got to get with the times, man.
All right.
I know it was so 2016. Or
We had a
whatever.
track named after Harambe.
Yeah, we did.
What was it
It
called?
was right after it happened.
Yeah.
Guys, Zach
Who broke that
has
one?
improved
Alan, I
his lead
think.
once
Yeah.
again, by the way, and this is the run
Oh
in
my
question.
36.680. That is
36.6.
better because he was a
Yeah,
36.8.
0.2
wasn't he?
seconds faster,
Yeah.
I think.
Wow.
He's tearing it up.
He's a monster.
Nice scrub off the second lap transition.
He should be playing with the robot
Right?
outfit
I know.
thing.
Yeah.
He is a robot.
I did see him
that's
plugging
rough.
himself into
Wow,
a
look
wall
at that.
outside.
Yeah.
I think he was recharging or something.
He's a Tesla.
Yeah.
Dude, what if we got
This
Harambe
right here
spin?
is what we've been talking about this whole time. That seat right there, boom,
Yeah.
he bounces off of it,
And he
lands
also
it clean.
Misses all those small little
right there is
loops.
perfect.
Look at
Oh
this.
my God, that's
He
the time
missed.
to beat.
He missed the scrub at the finish, which would maybe make up a tiny bit,
Just a
but
tiny fraction.
not a ton because the finish line is very close to that jump.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the time to
And
beat.
Master hasn't
I mean,
improved
look at that.
either.
36.680. You got 37.010 in second. That's a pretty big gap right there. That these guys have
That's
made.
almost a half a second.
Yeah. That's unreal.
I think it's great that you provide the audience and people playing with constantly new content with the jam packs, right?
Yeah. So there's all kinds of different stuff, but we do, 2 new tracks every week in Jam. Also, if you want, you can subscribe to our monthly track packs. So it's kind of like a career style mode.
Yeah.
And every month we release 12 new tracks on the first of the month. So you can get 12 new fresh tracks that way. And then we have another mode called Versus, and we put one brand new fresh track into that every week, and then we like rotate the other 11, on a weekly basis. So there's always fresh tracks in that mode. So there's always
it's a
content
really fun
changing.
game mode too.
Yeah.
Good PvP. You got buddies you want to play with. Go back and forth.
You're working hard, Joe.
Yeah. And the artists are always making new gear sets, new different bike skins, all that stuff.
Yeah. How many artists do you have working on the game?
Two artists.
Look at this, double flipping it. He doesn't even care.
2 artists.
2 artists. How many developers we got now? 7 or 8?
Between the whole, yeah. Now he's just getting pretty because he knows his time is just gorgeous. Look at him. I want to be Zach when I grow up.
Where is that
I'm
from
twice as old as Zach.
in the U.S.?
He's from Cali,
Okay.
California.
If he can improve again, that's just unbelievable.
It's going to be insane.
Case that.
He's casing that, yeah. He might as well restart.
See if he
With
gets.
8.5 minutes.
Ooh, he
Look
did a
at
little
this
back
guy.
scrub.
Triple
Oh,
back
you're
flip.
See, right now he knows his time's
Yeah.
solid, so he's like,
He's
whatever.
just screwing around.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
Look at-
awesome to
he's-
be
yeah,
that
he's trying to do a little endo.
This guy.
Are there ever points in maps and maps that we might see, we'll see over the course of today and tomorrow where doing an endo, getting on that front tyre and doing a stoppie will be advantageous, or is it more of a style thing?
There are some tracks that it happened with the introduction of Bike 11, which everybody's racing on here. So people figured out that you can do, it's basically like a front tire wheelie on the front tire, and you gain just like it's such a ridiculous amount of speed. It's insane. Okay, he's just
doing.
Whoa, we know what he's doing. I don't think we can say it on air.
he's ridiculous.
He's humping. He's humping.
No wonder he's
He's
a horny rhino.
Yeah, there's actually a in BMX2 there's a hump jump, and it's basically like the scrub equivalent of gaining that extra speed within the track. So it's nuts.
But I don't know if any of the tracks today have any endo nose wheelie type stuff in it. We'll see, but we didn't design any of them that way.
Okay.
I'm serious. How awesome would it be to be so good that you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna
Goof around for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's literally what he's done. So have you had any changes? No, we're sitting the same. So James Master 52 is sitting in second right now.
This is looking good though.
Yeah.
But the problem is his run right now is so fast that it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
that scrub was gnarly though. Threw a little front flip in there just to show off.
Yeah.
So not only will he be beating everyone, but he'll be able to be like, where was your front flip?
And the thing is, even on these runs where he's slightly trolling and not taking it so seriously, he's still probably like
He's killing it.
killing it in terms of time.
Absolutely.
And what's that?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even that bad there. Unreal, man. All right, so we got
So Scrubs has managed to break the 40-second point. He's 38.
He's at 38 and
.037.
Zack's at 36.6, but that's not that bad of a time, even though it's in last place.
He was a 41 for a while, so I mean, he did improve.
He actually set a decent time. Maybe we can watch. Yeah, here he is. Look how focused he is. He's killing it right now.
So he's missing
he actually set a decent time, regardless of what place it's got him in. He knows where he's got to be now.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's getting important. Got a nice stretch there.
This is where I think he's having issues, right here. Yeah.
Yep. He has got to get that down.
He's missing a seat bump to get over that next wall.
Yep. Yeah, so he's not able to clear that. And if you can't clear that and maintain the speed, you're not going to hit that next section at all. Because it's a pretty big step up onto that table. Right after this. Yeah,
he's hitting that first little hill, and then it's not allowing him to bump off the second, right?
Yeah, this is getting intense now. But yeah, he set a heck of a time. So we got a pretty close field from top to bottom. All within, what, a second and a half? So 36, 680.
Oh, yeah, he's really struggling with that.
Yeah. And 38, 70, so yeah. It's about a second and a half. That's crazy. It also goes back to we've talked about before. You could have a track that's super simple, but when you really start digging down on it, it can get so hard.
Yeah, when you're having to refine every little
it's nuts, man.
step that you make.
There you go.
There we go.
That's good enough. You can make that happen.
Can you get a lap too,
You
though?
gotta- yeah,
you just
I
got
know.
to scrub
You
this.
got to do it twice, yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah,
He's
that
got
was
a
an
good-
okay scrub there.
He's got a very good run going here. He's probably half a
Ooh.
second, maybe 0.3 the second ahead of his current
This
time.
is tight.
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
Okay,
Can you
this
do
is
it?
This is the moneymaker here. Do it.
Yep,
You did
he's
it.
got it.
Oh,
Yep, he's good. He's
Go.
good.
He
He's
did
gonna
it.
get
He's
him in line.
improved. He's
okay, so he's
improved.
got
He's
about a quarter
improved.
second off his time
See
now.
what that time was.
Yeah.
Unreal. He knows it, too.
Relieved.
That was
4
good.
minutes
A
left.
relief.
Yeah.
37.8.
37.8.
Not gonna cut
It's
it.
an improvement, but it's still not going to cut it, is it, Joke?
No.
We need to restart.
Still-
it.
still in
it's
last
still gonna be in
place.
last. Wow.
Wow.
Even
man.
making that much better of a run, he's still going to be sitting back on the
Yeah. So
far end
11th
of it.
place is 37.32, which is Kudla. So he's still,
So Zach's holding
half
the
a
top
second
spot.
off.
And Zaley's popped into the second slot now because James was there. So Zaley's about to bump into the 36s as well. He's
Yeah.
6,000.
Oh, he's got that much better now.
Do they know what place they're
Oof.
in is the question.
He was really pumping there.
No.
Like, can they see the leaderboard?
No, they can't. I don't think. We can get confirmation on that, but but as far as I know, they're very much isolated from the overall picture until the end.
Nice. That one was good.
Yeah.
If he can do it like
Clean
that
here.
on 2 laps,
Nice scrub
that's
there.
scrub good.
That's
That's,
a really
making up a
good
lot
That's
of
going to
time.
do it, buddy. He knows it.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes to make this happen.
Pressure's on right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My hands are sweating watching this.
Oi.
Oh,
This
buddy.
part's tricky.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm so scared.
This
Nope.
is it.
Yep.
Do it.
No, I think.
Do it.
Oh,
Oh my God, he had a burner too. That would have put him way up there. Like you said, this is close between all these guys. Oh man, I bet he hates himself right now. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so here's our full
Oh,
field here.
back to the full field.
Yep.
All
All
12
right, here we go.
against
Look at these
each other.
guys. What a mishmash of awesome.
Yeah.
Some of those guys were all back tire the whole time. Zach, look at him. I mean, he's almost a bike ahead.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Zach needs a shirt
Ah,
that
there's
just
some
says
awful
later
time there.
nerds because he's just leaving everybody. Look at him. It's just unreal. Look at that scrub. This guy. Start calling him Mr. Clean.
He is so far ahead.
Yeah. Now he's about 2 bikes, 2.5, 3 bikes. I mean, it's look. How does he do it? He's a machine. Nobody's on the screen.
Yeah, that's
Like,
insane.
nobody's
Yeah,
on the
that's
screen.
crazy.
It's nuts. Unreal. That's crazy.
He's like 4 or 5 bikes ahead
That's
there at
crazy.
that point.
So they got a minute and a half left. Look how close Master 52 and Zaley are. 37.006 to a 37.010.
Yeah, Zele actually has moved up, hasn't he?
And Bragstad 37.027. So, man, that's a tight field right there. Unreal.
And we have just over a minute left, so you can potentially get in 1 or 2 if you're doing full runs at this point. So this is the moment where you need to concentrate and give it your all. More than ever.
Back to Zach.
what more can
what
you
if
do,
he just
Zach?
improves his time on the last
Just
run?
blows it out of the water.
Look at how good he is.
He's insane.
What is he gonna
They're
do?
just
Crash?
making new lines. It doesn't even matter.
He's not. He doesn't. He's just like, let's
Yeah,
do a
he's
little
not
slow
bothered.
wheelie. I'm just taking a break.
All right, go on, Zach. Give it your all one last time. Come on. Yeah, you've seen the clock. Can't finish now, unfortunately.
Yep.
He's laying the phone down, raising his arms and saying, I did this for Harambe.
He's got his cloth, cleaning off the phone.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wiping his hands.
Yeah. He's like 16 seconds. I don't need
See,
your
I
garbage
think
time.
they can see the leaderboards here. Let's see. He was going back. I think they're allowed to. Maybe not.
Maybe. I might
Yeah.
be wrong, but I was...
Look, he has a cloth specifically for his thumbs.
Yeah.
How amazing is this guy?
Yeah, that's like the
TC
CS guys too. Don't they have hand warmers?
Yeah,
and stuff?
hand warmers,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Keep the
Crazy. All
fingers
right, so
limber.
that's the end
It's
of
funny
that.
though because in this game
Jeez.
it's the opposite. A lot of these guys will have, like, I think Master 52, he has a fan clip by his bed that
Oh, yeah.
blows on his hands because they want to keep him cool instead of warm.
okay.
So it's kind of the opposite, which
I
is
use a
interesting.
fan when I do my sim racing.
Yeah?
So, yeah. So I've got all that. Yeah. All right.
And there we
Wow.
go, everybody. This is the final leaderboard
Look at
for
Zaley.
track 3. Zach storming ahead with about 0.2, just under, like a 0.15 ahead. Then Zele did improve, got
Yeah.
into that
Right there at the
36-second mark. Master 52 just couldn't break into that same time frame.
Wow. What a close one. That is a lot of close time.
Very, very close. Everyone was in that top second through to 8th, like 0.15 of a second
Yeah.
between
Scrubs
them.
just couldn't pull it together, man.
Yeah. 0.5 behind there. We're now having another interview lined up for all of you at home, and it will be our winner from
Not
track
this
number
guy.
3, the local celeb. It's Zach, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
my
him
God.
to the sofa. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're much lauded between everyone here. Everyone's saying how much of a fantastic player you are. But first off, let's start with last year and the disappointment of 4th. What was that like?
It was really unfortunate because I knew I had the speed to get into the grand final. However, I just couldn't put it together on the last race and got past within the last 3 minutes, and I couldn't get him back. And I was really unfortunate because I had the lead for the majority of the race, but ended up getting past. But it's all right. I'm hoping to redeem myself this year.
And what have you been up to since then?
Since last year, I recently turned 18, so I got into cash mode. And I've been doing a lot of cash, and that's improved my skill also, so I can do times quickly, and I can learn the track relatively quickly.
So, if what you're saying is right with regards to cash mode, do you thrive off pressure then and competition and having things on the line?
I would say so. I still am not the best under pressure, but I like the pressure. I like the competition, so doing this is a lot of fun for me.
All right, and now moving forward to the present, today, how do you feel you're doing so far? Do you think you have more to offer? You're currently at the top of the leaderboard. You were after the second track, and you will certainly be after finishing first on the third.
Yeah, today's been going good for me so far. I thought maybe I'd get 1 win today, but I've gotten 2, and hopefully I can keep it up.
You're tearing it up, man.
Well, Zach, would you like to talk us through your winning run?
Sure. The first actual minute, I actually found the line, so
I knew you would find this fast.
yeah, I found the line really quickly, so all I had to do was try putting it together. This line right here
So hard.
was the only really run killer.
Yep.
It was really hard to get, especially the second lap. Coming into the second lap also, getting this scrub was really important.
Yep.
So I was able to get that. I was side by side with my previous goes, which was a 0.8. I didn't think I would improve. Then coming into this lap right here,
Is this where you made the time up then?
this is where I made the time up right here. I ended up
Jeez.
scrubbing my,
Oh, that's a huge scrub.
yeah,
Yeah.
I ended up saving about
Stretch it
0.2.
out.
My heart was racing at this point. I was hoping just please get the seat bounce.
No,
Ended
the
up
second-
Oh, look at
just barely
perfect.
hitting the seat
Yeah.
bounce.
That seemed to be like the crucial point for everyone. If they
Yeah.
could get that seat bounce correct,
Yeah.
they made a lot of time. It seems like you almost perfected it.
Yeah, I ended up doing the track really well. I think 0.5 is possible, but getting that within just 45 minutes would be really
tough.
difficult.
That
So
would, yeah, that would be insane.
even getting into the 37s was really hard to do.
yeah.
And tell everybody at home then and us how you got into Mad Skills Motocross. When did you pick it up and what drew you to it and kept you?
Well, the story for that is we were on our way to my uncle's house, and it was a long drive, and I noticed one of my brothers, name's Nathan, he's 21 now, he was playing the game, and I was looking over my shoulder to see what he was playing. I said, "What is that you're playing?" He said, "Mad Skills." And so once we came home, I downloaded the game, and I was not that good. It took me about a year to actually perfect the game and do well, but it was thanks to my bro. that I found the game, and now I'm here.
That's crazy.
So you're going to give him a cut of the winnings?
Yeah,
if you
you
win?
got to. Right?
Maybe.
Now,
if he's
how
nice.
is he at the game, though? Is he good?
He used to be really good. He was top in Cali. I think
Wow.
top 100 player when Bike 7 was the quickest.
Oh, wow.
And now he took a long break. He just recently started getting back into the game.
Nice.
Okay.
You kind of rub it in his face that you're way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe's been telling us that sometimes when they're doing their podcast and they're doing their challenge section, you send in tracks where you've been racing with bike 7 or 8, and you
Yeah.
get him, you say you try it with 11, and he barely ever beats you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always race Joe with either Bike 7 or 8, and we're relatively close in speed with that bike.
I think we're at about a 50. I'm at about a 50% win rate at that. But the fact that he's on 3 bikes slower than me or 4, it's like pathetic.
It's a big difference in speed, and he can still just tear it up. It's unreal.
And now, before we let you go, who do you think is the toughest competition here?
Zele, Master, Braxton.
Yep.
All right. And for yourself as a younger guy, when you're going up against someone like Master 52, who's played the game for so long and is quite a bit older, what's that like in, being around people like that?
I don't really think about it too much. I just try to focus on my ability in the game. I try to focus on how I'll do in the competition. But knowing that people have played it a lot longer than me and have perfected the game before me is kind of intimidating. But I just try to focus on what I will do in the game.
Well, you sound like you've definitely got some of the traditional sports psychology on lock, and congratulations on your second track win today. Zach, you seem like a great young man, and best of luck over the rest of the competition. Joe and Justin, we're going to take another little break, and then we'll be back to start off the second half of the day. Do not go anywhere.